Hi guys and girls, so it is actually Sunday evening, but I want to make sure that I get this out to you. This is effectively going to be my watch list for tomorrow morning, which is Monday morning, so that's why I'm just calling it a morning market scan. I don't expect too much to change between now and then. So you're watching the market open, see the futures market to see if we already break the lows, so that'll be interesting to see. If that's the case, if by the time sort of 7 a.m., 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, the markets have already, the lows have been broken, then that might actually just be a bearish follow through and the markets may hit lower. So I'm looking at the Dow here, daily bearish candle in the moving averages, the 50, 20, and 10, nice bearish formation. And so I want to see if we break the low of that and end up heading a lot lower. There's a little bit of bullish divergence on the indicators here. MACD's happy, RSI's a bit bullish divergence, but that's what I'm looking for. You can see the candles are already big compared to the daily candles here, so it just means increased volatility. If there's anything I'm going to be watching, there are trades that are a little bit more approachable on the 4-hour time frames, but we're not there yet. That's a bearish candle. Going down to the 1-hour time frame, this is a mess. So a break of this low would then be a confirmation of that downtrend. I might as well go down to a much lower time frame, 5 minutes. Nothing there yet, so there's nothing that just really stands out, because that was quite a big close in the last couple of hours. Okay, so S&P is going to be similar. Also bearish candle, that's looking good. Nasdaq's looking quite bearish as well. Let's go to the FTSE. FTSE is also looking bearish. These bearish candles, you've obviously most likely seen my weekly analysis. This is really more about what's on my action. I'm going to go through the entire list. And so some of these to me are going to present better opportunities at breaks of these flat levels. Looking to see them head down. Brilliant. Okay. And looking to see those hit a little bit low. And then I think actually there's going to be opportunities potentially even on the much lower time frames, maybe 15 minutes. And what I'll do is if I'm at my desk and I have time, I'll do an update then or screen grab individual frames. But this is really what I want to give you a broad view. So all of these have potential shorting opportunities if we follow through overnight and start to break lower. So it may even be worthwhile actually looking at these this evening. It's just a thought to be prepared. But extremely cautious because the markets are just whipsawing quite a bit. Lower risk or not participating at all. Look at oil. So oil, WTI has already been, I've already put that into the group. Proposing WTI was looking actually for a break lower. Was it on the 1 hour, 4 hour? There we go. I think it was a break lower. That's right. So I had actually done a break of key levels over here and took a trade. I'm still in the trade. I think I took out most of the profit. So if there's any change, as long as we don't gap up too much or anything, I should be fine. And it was a break around about here, I think, breaking lower onto that. So that was put into the group. And so Brent wasn't exactly the same. Brent's actually looking more bullish than bearish. So I'm going to see how that goes. It actually looks much more bullish, but it's now pulling back into the moving averages and may then set up to go short. So there's actually a bearish candle. The support level, break through that and go lower. Cocoa is just consolidating, but that actually looked really nice and bearish individually. So I found I had both. I had a balance of losing and winning trades, or profitable and negative outcome trades last week, which is unusual. Usually I'm it's unusual to have a larger series. So it's unusual, but it is an indication of the market's kind of volatility. And you can see the candles are getting bigger on most of them, and that's a big clue that, things aren't necessarily right. So copper, absolutely very nice kind of setup there. That's a nice flat level. This is 1 hour time frame. Flat level breakout to the downside. Relatively tight setup. 4 hour looks pretty good as well. Look at how flat this level is here, and look at that RSI heading lower. So all of that so far, tick, 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 looking nice and bearish. Daily also looking nice and bearish. So that looks pretty cool. Natural gas, yeah, there's a potential to head lower. Soybean, too much of a retracement in my view. Followed by a rejection candle, then a rejection candle, another candle. It's just too choppy. So looking at dollar index. So I thought, and rightly so, 100 would be a great level to find support at. No luck there. This market has just swung, and it really is. You can see it's just going sideways, then it swings a bit, swings even bigger, and so this is just crazy. So extra caution there. No bearish candle. So for cable, I had looked at maybe but they would have to be a swing high formed here, basically, we'd have to break the low of Friday's candle for me to even consider shorting this. So, and then I could go on the lower time frames. Aussie dollar, same thing again. So basically it's potentially worth my while to set up alerts on the lows of these to see if they get triggered. So this bearish candle wasn't that great. Kiwi, not looking. It's the same danger effectively as what's going to happen with that US dollar in the next 24 to 48 hours. They're all just very big swings. CAD pulling back into the moving averages and again setting up with a bullish candle could then be a continuation to the upside. But look at the normal size candles versus the larger candles. That's just not normal. So that's a clue there. Euro GBP is of course up against its historical limits, and therefore there's some strong rejection of that. So that very big knockback, and so that just for me is kind of a stay away signal. Euro yen just too choppy and messy, indicates that volatility. And Euro Swissy not really. Look at that kind of, you can see the RSI starting to trend upwards, and MACD bullish divergence, which is usually an indication of that wanting to change trend. A little bit overextended on the monthly, not ridiculous, but potentially coming into these lows here and therefore wants to bounce back from that. So there may well be a change in trend there. EuroCAD, same kind of choppiness there, so that's just too choppy on lower time frames as well. Euro Aussie setup triggered and now has come back, and it's actually the same immediately with the other Aussie pairs that I was looking at. Aussie Kiwi setup hasn't stopped out yet. Aussie Yen setup triggered, hasn't stopped out yet. So just indecision. You could just see bearish candle, bullish candle. These are all trades I'm in currently on those ones. I didn't take Aussie CAD, it was too big. So this is the same thing that's showing up on some of the other charts. Euro Kiwi setup, and it's unusual because there's always that idea that, well, usually when most of the, or so many setups occur, some of them should be profitable. Pound yen starting to climb aggressively. I'm looking at GBP pairs now. GBP pairs are looking nice and bullish of the bunch, and I think that was on my intraday trends to the upsides last week. Pound Aussie, just the strong resistance level, but that the flow, if you look at the 50, 20 and 10, you can see the flow of money is to the upside there. Okay, Pound Kiwi, just a lot of that choppiness, very dangerous. Kiwi CAD, just messy as well, same thing again. Kiwi Yen, potentially to go short here, but it still looks a bit choppy. And then just finishing off here, not a lot left. Swiss Yen, too choppy. CAD Yen, quite choppy. CAD Swissy, consolidation sideways, could ultimately break to the downside. Then there's gold. So gold, I was liking the look of this, could be on these lower time frames, 15 minute, 30 minutes, where it's this consolidation, but it may actually start trending tomorrow. So what would I need to see to really like the look of that? I'd need to see this kind of behavior. This is all very choppy here, so I want to see more of that behavior. So just not, but that's what I would like to see. So just a bit of a sort of trend returning to price action. Silver's consolidating largely sideways, and this is what I'm looking for to see a break of that potentially tomorrow. Yeah, this chart as well, possibly going to be able to do that. And then we've got just gold against euro. Okay, so that doesn't even actually, you know what, that doesn't even really need to be on my list. I'm just going to remove that. And then sit with Bitcoin. Now, for the most part, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin decided to head lower. Okay, Ethereum's sort of starting to guide that. Ethereum looks a little bit more bullish, but no direction there. So these last two looking not super bullish, but also not super bearish. So I might just stay away from those. So for me, intraday opportunities to the upside more than like a lie with the GBP pairs. I want to see how the Aussie pairs unfold. And then I'll have a look at the indices to see if they start to break and head lower. Then there might actually be real opportunities there. If there are, and I have the time, I'll record. I'll take trades and I'll record the trades and then send them through.